If someone was born in France, is French by birth, or immigrated legally and started from their first job on to pay what we call in France cotisation pour la sécurité sociale, healthcare, that's they take directly from 60% from what's proposed to be your wage, even if you have a minimum wage. This person never commits a crime and physically remains permanently in France and then dies. The social security number will not work at the doctor's appointment post-mortem. Neither can you get pharmaceuticals as a deceased, which makes sense. It's not a water suppression or something, because that person is dead and they will not be contacted neither by email, phone, SMS, or letter, but the dossier will remain open until the missing document, the death certificate, is submitted. So no, I forgot simply to say don't wake sleeping dogs, and I said this in a video. There was no pacemaker fitted after my stroke on grounds that the one battery charge lasts longer than 10 years, and so I'm more than 8 years overdue because that was in 2005. And there was no life insurance for me because according to the data I should have been dead for a long time. So I am physically in France. No rap shit, I didn't commit a crime. I'm not accused of a crime and I had an active social security number, but since 14 days blocked for any visit to the doctors or pharmacy. According to the website of the state's healthcare called Sécurité Sociale, only one document is missing. Well, the site's internet address is for Assurance Maladie is Amélie.Fr, and an Amélie is when you are handcuffed directly from your shoulder without an arm in between because your mom got prescribed Contagan. Totally safe, said Pharma, of course, so we had to trust it. Memory itself is disinformation, it seems, and in daylight you can see a thief with free speech, you can hear about corruption, so dark and don't talk. That means I can't enter the account of the Sécurité Sociale with my social security number because my social security number is for health purposes, dead, so to speak, in order to read which document is missing. So I had to find out which is missing and not directly. The dead don't read, only vote. I called the relevant official number several times until an automatic voice asked me if I want to be called back, which became the use in France today. When asked to do so, I entered my social security number, and according to the automatic voice, there could not be called back for technical reasons, because technically I must be dead, I think. I don't know. That I meant that. Even when I tried to show personally up in the local agency of the Sécurité Sociale en Rouge, they didn't let me in past their safety guards, which didn't exist 10 years ago. There wasn't a security guard in front of, if you wanted to ask at the Office for Healthcare. We needed to let happen first terrorist attacks and then all around illness, and then the necessity was since always naturally. This game with my number started coincidentally synchronized, and there are many synchronized coincidences lately, with the release of a video in which I disagreed with the World Economic Forum, especially with the web guru of the Renaissance Party, Chef Emmanuel 14, on squirrel economics orientation. Huh? Yeah, the children of sweet fluffy squirrels is the web guru is Klaus Schwab. Watch. You see, they are these children of the sweet fluffy squirrels, which are so cute, aren't they? Can nibble on the nuts of their parents. The acorns, which, had you been thinking, take a mind out of the gutter, eh? They left in their compound, for example, when Daddy Squirrel and Mum Squirrel had been ironed by a truck on the road. Since the sweet, cute squirrel children of the flattened squirrels now have a better start in life, the WEF recommends to fellow people of their own age group to think of their children and here in the animal world, there in the Darwinistic process, successful squirrels have a concept. So, proven by nature in millions of years, there is no statement of the creator of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab. Let's stay scientific as the UN owns science. And with most members of the UN being dictators, they are trustworthy, at least since they had been in the 1970s. The do-over with the former Nazi SS officer called Waldheim as Secretary General. As a concept to be socially engineered squirrels. Like squirrels, I thought, let's say, I recommend for a self-cancellation prevention hotline when people want to abstain themselves but might be convinced otherwise. If just someone listens, that causes then overpopulation. Well, don't hire the friends of Klaus, or if you want to finish early that day. Without getting a letter from the healthcare services, I mentioned in which case they don't do that, almost as if I were, because I had deadly insulted the squirrel genius of Klaus, and especially the girlfriend of 750 billion euro printing European Central Bank fee, Christine Lagarde. Me now, no active social security number, but I have the classification of 100% coverage because of 3 combined long-term health conditions that I don't want to deliver a death certificate. I don't want to collaborate there either by offering myself. My personal case, this is that. The CQ is now waiting for the inevitable, which then provides the papers, the biologic private partnership, and Macron assured that he is fighting against the death penalty. But death penalty is after you commit a crime. So death matters if you are innocent. I mean, this is a small channel in here, and even after publishing the first hour, the views go up and down. There's a special feature I got from YouTube in the first hour, and I didn't receive a cent neither through monetization nor any subscribers. According to Subscribe or PayPal, I stay virgin. So using me as first real Schrödinger's cat is a bit exaggerated, I think. But has something funny? As I'm not personally allowed into the building to make an appointment with the mediator, that's the official number who takes care about if something doesn't work so out as supposed to, I wrote the Defendeur des Droits. That's the national ombudsman who should take care if somebody makes something not as it should be. You write him and you get no answer. So I write him by post with and I put also a copy of that in a Twitter thread, and that gets now to an oil worker Yehuda Ebert 11 like everything else. EU conditions for allowing Twitter, but regarding taxes paying, the social security number works fine. So it's not, it still exists for paying purposes. Just anything that you could get from social security number for being alive doesn't work somehow. And yeah. So problem for me is I can't get prescribed medication, even with a valid doctor's orders. Even if I want to pay it out of my own pocket, I can't get it. So you could say in diplomacy, the French are a little bit more, not so bluntly direct as Trudeau. It's more like, no, the yes social security number, yeah, it doesn't work, but there is one document, like, we can't tell you, in that case, you should go to, yeah, you can't go into the, and of course, you have, every confirmation is not official, and you have to know people. But if you see my next video, this diplomacy is more fine, but also less effective. This is Schrödinger's first human cat cricast from France in the new normal of the universal healthcare with digital control.